Rob, what a day for football and what an atmosphere in a sold-out Jones AT&T Stadium. 3 times in the last decade, a top 5 team has come in here and gotten dropped by Texas Tech. There is number 3, the Horned Frogs, taking on Texas Tech in a meeting of 3-0 teams in this Big 12 opener. TCU and Texas Tech ready to roll from Lubbock. It's a series that Texas Tech has the all-time advantage in, but those 82 points TCU put up a season ago, a Big 12 record. We're clear for kickoff. Texas Tech won the toss and is elected to receive. Obercrombie boots it away, and Jakeem Grant out of his own end zone. And Grant takes it across the 25, so that is where the nation's number 3 offense will begin. Brady, give us 3 things we need to know.
It all starts with Patrick Mahomes. He's been very effective through the air and on his feet. And he's going to be looking for Jakeem Grant throughout the game, a very versatile player. You'll see him all over the field.
From the 20, it's a trick play to begin with Turpin throwing the ball for Slanina. How about Gary Patterson pulling out a trick for a 15-yard gain to get the offense's day start. Defenses averaging just under 50 points per game. Play action, and there's a shot for Josh Dotson. Their top receiver crosses midfield, and another TCU first down.
Those other hits.
On 2nd and 9, looking over the middle and pulled in. First down and goal with Desmond White making the catch, working against Deshaun Johnson.
That can get him in the end zone.
Play action. Boykin into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. Josh Dotson pulls it in for his 4th of the season. And what a drive to begin for the 3rd-ranked Horned Frogs.
They're going to have to fight through it.
Mahomes to throw on first down and throws for Davis, who's got it for a first down across the 25. From the 25, here's Devin Lauderdale, who's a bigger part of the plan this week, and he shows you why with a speed across the 30 and a cutback inside the 20. 63 yards for Lauderdale and a Texas Tech first down.
Lauderdale didn't have any catches last week. There was effective blocking for his teammates. This week they want to get him involved early.
Gary Patterson expected that as well. Sees that reception, setting Texas Tech up at the 16. Mahomes running inside the 5 and lunging for the pylon. They'll spot him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. And Mahomes gets up limp. Washington in. Touchdown, Texas Tech. For the bigger story right now is the pain that it appears Patrick Mahomes is feeling. Boykin was a perfect 4 for 4 to begin, and plenty of time here to scan the field and find Dotson, who's got his 3rd catch of the day and a first down to the 40. Play action, Dotson again, off to a heck of a start in this one. 4th reception.
He's spying Trevon Boykin throughout the day in case he leaves the pocket.
Confident throw to the sideline for Dotson. They say that he did get a foot down, but short of the sticks, defended by Gaines.
Talked about having to play against Mahomes. It's like having to cover an extra gap in the running game.
And here's a snap that sails right by him into the end zone for a safety. Washington hustled back to fall on it. TCU jumps in front with the 2 points.
Obviously a miscommunication between Mahomes and center Jared Kastner, captain of this team. And wisely, DeAndre Washington gets back on the football and just takes the safety. Clearly there's no communication going on right there between the center and the quarterback. For the matchup on Dotson.
Look in that direction. Dotson going deep. Perfectly thrown and pulled in. What a toss by Boykin, and Dotson beats Madison for 36 yards. It's Green hurdling his way over the goal line for a touchdown. Thought we'd see a safety in this game between high-powered offenses. King Grant brings it out of the end zone. He's taken 3 back for touchdowns in his career. And Grant takes it all the way across midfield. So Texas Tech will begin in TCU territory off with a big play from the senior. On 3rd and 1, it's Washington for a first down. DeAndre Washington thrown down by Kindred after a run of 16.
Got easy decision there. 3rd and 1, give the ball to DeAndre Washington. He averages 8 yards a carry this season. Really can make a guy miss and get upfield. Very explosive running back.
Back to him on first down. Steps out of a tackle. Washington for the Texas Tech touchdown. With the 2 high safeties for Tech on 3rd down and 9. Against a 3-man rush, Boykin drills a strike for Slanina into a tight window against J.J. Gaines. First down, TCU. On first down from the 40, they pump the screen, throw over the middle for Stewart. And the freshman takes it inside the 30. You mentioned it, next man up. There's the guy in for Slanina. With 61 made field goals in his career. This one from 36. And it's blocked! It was Pete Robertson that blocked it.
Carry weighs 250 pounds.
All day to throw. Over the top, Jakeem Grant! Touchdown, Texas Tech! Promptly taking advantage of the mental miscue from TCU.
Well, we were just praising number 30, Denzel Johnson, his ability to fill in for Sam Carter. There's Jakeem Grant, and they really try to match him up in the slot on who they feel is the weakest coverage defender.
Only the third down they've faced today. Mahomes under pressure, throws it up for grabs and incomplete. Should have been picked off by Montrell Wilson, with Curry and Pearson applying the pressure. The co-offensive coordinators for TCU. Here comes pressure. They try to gash it with a run and do. It's Aaron Green inside the 25 with a TCU first down on a pickup of 32. Running into some issues down inside the 25. Against a 4-man rush, Boykin well protected. Tipped in the air, incomplete. Gift wrap for Justice Nelson, who couldn't hang on, and it's 4th down. The country and takeaways. Oberchrome had his last one blocked. He nails this one from 42. He's lined up to the right of Mahomes, who fakes to Washington and sets out deep in the pocket. Feeds it to Washington, who's close to a Texas Tech first down. Tackle made by Denzel Johnson. Here for Texas Tech from previous seasons here. Ian Sadler with his first reception and a first down close to midfield. Hit it a bounce by Derek Kindred. Sort to choose from into the wide side of the field for Mahomes. Directing traffic, throws back across the field. Batson is pulled down for a loss by Montrell Wilson. Earlier in this game. This is a legitimate attempt on 4th down. Deep ball for Davis. Incomplete. And no flags. Underthrown. Looks like he had a step on O'Mealy. But Mahomes underthrew it. A turnover on downs. Boykin in rhythm. Pulled in by Emmanuel Porter. They rush only 4. Boykin steps into a deep ball into one-on-one coverage. Dotson pulls it in. Touchdown TCU from 52 yards on 3rd and long.
Well, that goes a little bit into the inexperience of Paul Banks. Defensive coordinator David Gibbs talked a little bit about Trevon Boykin throwing balls that usually most quarterbacks won't throw. He waits a little bit longer to get out of his hands, and the DBs have to cover for that much longer. It's incredibly difficult. He knew it eventually, they will give up some big plays at some point.
With Chris Button reporting that he told the trainers he's fine and he stayed in despite a noticeable limp. And throws this one into a tiny window for Ian Sadler, who comes up clutching that left leg from the 46. Here's Washington inside the 30 with another first down run. This one for 19 yards. Having a good day today. Up to 82 yards in his first half. We'll add to that total here. Another first down run and nearing 100 in his first half. Draw play for Washington. He's got a hole, and DeAndre Washington makes it a decision right here for Cliff Kingsbury. It's 4th down and a short 2.
Looks like they're going to speed things up and go for it. You got to love the aggressiveness of Cliff Kingsbury.
He runs all the way down to watch the play from up close, and Mahomes limps his way into the end zone for the Texas Tech touchdown.
Yeah, the only one left at home to be able to tackle Patrick Mahomes was number 26, Derek Kindred, but as much as he's handed the football off, Patrick Mahomes had a clear path to the end zone, scoots on in.
Minutes of this opening half, and Trevon Boykin against a 3-man rush. Gary Moore got pressure, able to get it away and dump it off. And it's Hicks for a first down across the 40. You see him in the quick game, but like you said, those intermediate throws, something he's still working on. Only 3 rush, shows off the arm strength and picks up the first down. Who else? Josh Dotson beating Justice Nelson for 27 yards. For TCU, first down at the Texas Tech 31. Boykin steps into his throw again. First down again. Inside the 10 goes Jerrison Stewart. Working against Justice Nelson. Boykin into the end zone and a dart for a touchdown. Dotson worked the back of the end zone, and he's got his 3rd touchdown of this first half.
And that was all possible because of Trevon Boykin and his eyes. This is a little motion out to the bottom of the field. Boykin looks off the entire defense and just waits for Josh Dotson to find that hole in the zone coverage. This is the exact same play they used earlier for Dotson's first touchdown.
The argument the other way would be you also risk fumbling.
You risk fumbling the snap as well.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, it's one thing. But at halftime, why not take the opportunity to just run a running play? DeAndre Washington's a home run hitter. He's got the ability. And if he doesn't, clock runs out.
First half, this sees 4 lead changes and 1 tie as we go down to Chris Button.
Coach, at times we've seen your defense be able to make Trevon Boykin look very uncomfortable. What do you need to do to continue to limit him second half?
Yeah, not uncomfortable enough. Really, our offense has squandered a bunch of drives. You know, you got to take advantage of the drives you have. We haven't played very well.
We've seen Patrick Mahomes take some hits, not look 100%. How does his health affect your play calling?
A little bit, but he's a tough kid. He's hanging in there.
I appreciate it. Good luck in the second half.
From midfield, Boykin steps into the pocket and throws a strike for a first down. Desmond White was so good in the opener at Minnesota, but he's dealt with a turf toe problem since. Turn and hand to Green, who fights through the tackle of Malik Jenkins for a first down. Tech brings heat, kicked up, thrown high, 4th down. This from 25. Oh my goodness! One of the top kickers in the nation misses from point blank. First down, Washington, big hole off that right side. DeAndre Washington cuts it back inside the 20. 43 yards before Kindred made the stop. Washington is. He makes a cut of the hole, downhill, in. Touchdown, Texas Tech. Red Raiders back in front. Another one of those intermediate throws. Second down, straight ahead is Green with a ton of room for a first down. No, wouldn't imagine. Second down and 1. Out of that timeout, play action, a slant. It's Dotson. They've eaten him up all day with that play action to bring the backers in, and then he hits it over the top of them. 2nd and 12. Green motions out. He looks the other way and looks at Dotson, who sprawls out to pull this one in. Boykin Red Robertson, who bit, and he takes it across the 20 from the 19. Boykin over the middle. That's enough for another first down. Guess who? Josh Dotson's 16th reception of the day. First down and goal. 46. 16 of those completions to Dotson. Green cuts it back, and he's in. Touchdown, Aaron Green. And TCU's back in front with an impressive drive. Here's Mahomes in this Texas Tech offense. DeAndre Washington with a nice hole straight up the gut. Short. They only bring 4. Deep ball, Lauderdale. Justin makes the play against Corey O'Mealy. First down, Texas Tech, and a gain of 38. Lauderdale slow to get up.
The slot.
Looking Grant's way, instead dumps it off. Washington needs blocks. Fumble! And Grant winds up getting his hands on the ball. I'm not sure that's how they had intended for him to get it. Here's Clayton Hatfield, trying to solve the place-kicking questions for Texas Tech. And there's a step in the right direction. He's made both of his attempts this year. Drive starts at the 25. Boykin to a wide-open Josh Dotson, who makes Nelson miss and accelerates across the 40. Third down in this relative distance to Dotson today. He looks the other way. Pressure coming. Running away from it, but nowhere close to a first down.
Start throwing the football on the outside.
They pump the bubble. Over the top. Grant running loose. Jakeem Grant across midfield. Staying on his feet. Downing pulls him down at the 40 after 44 yards and a Tech first down. Mahomes with a straight drop. Pocket collapsing. Doesn't matter that he's hurt. Scrambles 5 yards for the first down. The sophomore digging deep to move the chains.
All toughness of Patrick Mahomes.
Washington caps it off. Touchdown, Texas Tech.
You can't say enough about how tough Patrick Mahomes is playing right now and the way he's leading this team.
Plays well.
Yeah.
Big 12 player of the week on the defensive side. Here comes pressure. Boykin beats it with a throw. Trying to survive all these injuries. Green hits the hole hard, and Aaron Green has a first down into Texas Tech territory. From the 45, another first down and 10. Green again, seam off the right side. Another TCU first down. Johnson with a tackle after 20 more yards for Green. All 11 men within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Hicks hits the hole with a first down and a touchdown. Kyle Hicks explodes through and puts TCU back in front in this roller coaster of a Big 12 opener.
Defensive coordinator David Gibbs tries to adjust, puts an extra guy down around the line of scrimmage. Look how many bodies are up at the line of scrimmage trying to stop the run. The hard part about it is if you don't maintain your gap integrity, all of a sudden you got a running back running with no one in the secondary to stop him.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 to try and make the lead 3.
One-on-one coverage, not a bad matchup.
Direct snap. Nixon wants to throw it. He does. Did Boykin catch it? You bet he did. Mahomes steps into the pocket. Long throw for Davis and a first down. Up to the 35. Going at O'Malley again. Sideline to Davis. On 3rd and 6. Well protected again. Coverage is solid. He tries to take off. Turns the corner. And a first down. The legend of Patrick Mahomes built it. Quiet otherwise. Second down. He rolls with pressure from behind. They throw back. There's Stockton. Watch this speed. For the goal line. Touchdown. Texas Tech and Justin Stockton.
This is just brilliant play design by Cliff Kingsbury and his staff. It's a designed rollout to the right. Justin Stockton's going to leak down the left sideline. And Mahomes is going to have just enough on this to get the Stockton where he can make a guy miss. And watch as Kindred doesn't take a good enough angle to be able to get Justin Stockton. He's just too fast.
Aaron Green off the right side makes a cut in the hole for a TCU first down. Last year, the Baylor won late. Boykin to throw, all kinds of time. Strong arm to the outside, Jawan Story. And fighting his way for close to a first down, working against J.J. Gaines. They spot him right at the marker as we wind near 2 minutes. Boykin for Dotson. Slung it into a tight window, and Dotson pulled it in to set up first and goal. There he is, 18th catch of the day.
And he's just too much for one guy to cover. You got to find a way of doubling him, and that opens up too much in the running game.
Aaron Green downhill to the 2.
Nice scrimmage, though.
Green, right side, slipped the tackle into the arms of Fehoko. And it's 3rd and goal inside of a minute now. Trying to extend the nation's second longest winning streak to 12 games. On the ropes in Lubbock. 3rd down and goal. Speed option. Boykin is shut down. It's Allen with a stop. One play to decide it.
That's the matchup at the top of your screen I'd want to work to. It's the near side of the field, an easier throw. You've got a nice height advantage.
Boykin throwing too tall. It was pulled in. Green caught it. Do you believe it? Aaron Green off for the deflection. Touchdown TCU.
Obviously not how you draw it up, but the tip ball from Josh Dotson ends up being caught by Aaron Green. And it looks as if he does get a foot down, and again, pressure is on the officials now in the replay booth.
Which has been a story all afternoon. Off of the fingertips of Dotson, into the waiting hands of Aaron Green for only his 3rd catch of the season.
And credit Aaron Green for getting in the end zone. A lot of running backs wouldn't think to try to follow the ball in the play.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Panic, despair, and Lubbock. Back in Fort Worth, they're losing their minds right now. So 17 seconds on the game clock. Get it in the hands of Jakeem Grant. And they'll run out of bounds to stop the clock with 11 seconds. So last chance here for Texas Tech in what would be a heartbreaking defeat. There's a flag down. This perhaps is a free play. Mahomes will load up, chuck it deep to the goal line. And it is picked off, it appears. But again, there's a flag down back at the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to get to try this again.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against offside, number 94. That penalty is declined. Personal foul.
Wow.
Roughing the passer.
Wow.
Number 97. That penalty being enforced. We'll have 1 untimed down.
So Brady, the 4th personal foul of the day, moves the ball to midfield for the last chance.
Chris Bradley at the very end of the play takes an unnecessary shot. And now Texas Tech's got life.
An untimed down. Mahomes setting his feet, trying to get room in the pocket, extending the play. Can he get one off? He does, float it downfield to Washington. Can they make an open field tackle? Pitch the ball to Andre. He does to the Raven Clark. It's flipped back to Lauderdale. He throws it to Grant. Hurdling his way to the 10.